Good morning. It's Saturday and I'm just about to get ready because we've got a friend's Christmas do today. We're going to the Gurnard's Head near St Ives. Is it near St Just? Let me have a look. I've not been there before. No, it's not near St Just, near-ish to St Ives. So I'm getting ready now. I've just washed my hair. I thought I'd quickly show you my little hair routine because maybe some of you have wavy hair, might be curious. So I always use some kind of like leave-in treatment. This is the Botanical Repair from Aveda. I also do sometimes use the Olaplex number 6. So I put this in first. It kind of works as my like little leave-in cream. And I just put this through the ends of the hair. Sorry if you're not interested in wavy hair, I will chat to you as well. But for those of you who are wondering, because I have had a couple people ask, my hair has grown a lot recently and I think that's down to one of the things that made a difference was not getting my hair cut as often, and that has made a huge difference. I also use the Miel Rosemary Mint Scalp and Hair Strengthening Oil, and this is all over the internet, but it actually does make your hair grow, because my hair is now all the way down to here and I feel like, I don't know, if you went back a year or so, it was definitely more like long shoulder length hair, which I don't think suits me as well. I think I'm the sort of person who shoots, I used to have really short hair, and I do think that I either look good if I have got like a more of a striking haircut, like a blunt bob like I used to, where it's a bit more like I have short hair, or I have long hair. I feel like the in-between, I don't love that as much. Gel first. I've got the Cantu Avocado Hydrating Styling Gel, but to be honest with you, I don't think that the type of gel matters a great deal. You can get such great cheap gel as long as it's sticky. That's all that matters. And I just put it on like this through the ends of my hair and then run a little bit over the top. If you've got wavy hair, sometimes it's very easy when you watch curly girls to think you need as much product as they use. Lots of girls who have curly hair will section their hair off and do this in bits, and I have wavy fine hair. I do have probably a lot of hair, so that it's good in that it doesn't like show that my hair is fine particularly, but it is fine. Like when it's wet you can see it's not a lot of hair, so it's better for me to not use too much gel because then it can weigh the hair down. But mousse you can be way more flexible with. This is the Umberto Giannini Curl Whip and I love this. So I will brush my hair, but it depends the vibe I'm going for. If you brush it, my hair anyway, tends to go more like, which look quite neat and like ooh, which is nice and mermaidy. But sometimes I don't brush it because I want it to be a bit more messy. But you want that squishy sound. That's that you've got wet hair and you've got a good amount of product in there. And you just scrunch it until it kind of forms those clumps. Brushing it does help to do that. But don't go too mad on the scrunching either. That's another thing that you see a lot, is obviously like people have very curly hair. You can scrunch it a bit more. Because my hair is fine, if I scrunch it too much, frizz starts to form. So don't go too mad. I think that when I first started doing the curly girl method, I was obsessed with getting my hair as curly as possible. And now I'm just like, my hair is my hair, like my hair is wavy. It's like got some waves, it has got a few little ringlets in there, but it's kind of the type of hair that has lots of different hair shapes within it. I think they call that Irish curls, where it's kind of a bit curlier sometimes underneath than it is on top. And that's fine, that's just my hair type. And you just have to accept that that's, you know, that's your hair type and it's pretty. So whatever hair type you do have, if you've got straight hair, really curly hair, coily hair, wavy hair, whatever, that's your hair type. So it's kind of nice to just be like, this is my hair type, I'm just going to accept it for how it is and stop wanting something different, or the grass is greener. Because when I was younger, it was very much, I want straight hair, and I straightened my hair to death, and my hair would often be frizzy and I would be so stressed about the rain because my hair would just immediately go if it got rained on. And then when I got a bit older, I was doing the curly girl method and thinking, oh my god, I wish I had curly hair. And I should just accept my nice wavy hair. So I just scrunch that in. You can also flip your head upside down. I'm going to do that. And if your hair isn't making that noise, get it a bit more wet, spray it down. And don't flip your hair or do anything dramatic with it. Don't be gentle with it, because you've just created all those nice waves. So now I can see that I've got the shape in my hair. There doesn't seem to be any bits missing. I'll put on some heat protectant. This is really running low. This is the Desert Essence Coconut Hair Defrizzer and Heat Protector from iHerb. But it's running out, so I definitely need more. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna have to, I've run out of so many things. I need to go online this weekend and order some bits. Then I use a diffuser. I used to let my hair air dry, and I think that this is like really contradictory, but I think my hair is healthier now. I'm blow drying it's dry, because I don't use a hot heat. This is like, I use it on like the second setting. I'm not like using heat directly on the hair like a curling iron or like a straightener. I have done more research to understand that if you do have finer hair, if you leave it wet for too long, that's quite intense on your hair and your scalp, because you're leaving moisture there. And my hair takes hours to dry. It will take 4-5 hours to fully dry. Even when I blow dry it, it will still take another hour or two to fully dry after that, because it can't, I mean, I would be here for ages drying it. I usually dry it to like 80-90%. It depends on your hair type again, but I feel like if you do have wavier, curlier hair, sometimes blow drying it does help to dry it quicker, but also I just think my hair's healthier because of it. And it also gives volume, so I just diffuse it. So I'll diffuse it like this, not touching the hair. And then once I've done that for a bit, I will scoop it up. So that's the stage I get it to, dry. It's definitely not dry. If you do this, I can kind of feel that it's wet in between, but I essentially just want it to be like set, and then it can air dry, because then it doesn't bother me. I can flip it back. It's not like dripping wet. It's not in my face, and usually about an hour from now, it'll be fully dry, but it's gone quite curly. That's my little routine. And then I scrunched it out to the crunch, because it will look crispy like this probably until it's dry. Well, not always. My hair does vary with that. Sometimes it looks completely fine and doesn't need scrunching out at all. Sometimes it looks a bit crunchy. It usually depends how much mousse you use. So there you go. I'm gonna do my makeup now and get myself ready. I might pin this bit back so you can use like a little pin. Just a bit gently there to keep it out my face. This is the outfit I'm going for. I'm going to try and not change my mind, because I often do that. This is the dress that I got to wear for Taylor Swift, and I've left it in my wardrobe with the intention to wear it in winter, because I often pin images of girls in lovely floaty white skirts with boots and a jumper, and I haven't worn it that way. It's very booby underneath and it's very like summery underneath, but when you have it with a jumper, I've just pulled out the frill as well because I thought that looked quite cute. I might change my mind on the cardigan. I wish you could tell me what you think, but I can't wear some of my other cardigans because it's so cleavagey. I don't want cleavage. And then I'm gonna wear my new boots. I will put my Blundstones in the car though, because there was mention of going for a little coastal stroll, so we'll see. This skirt might be annoying for that, but I don't imagine it's going to be like, let's go on a hike. It's going to be more like, we're by the sea, does anyone want to go for a little stroll? And I might put a little bit of a red lip on. But yeah, quite like that, and I'm going to wear it with my long dark coat as well. Hello. It's been probably an hour, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. So I'm going to use the Umberto Giannini No More Frizz Anti-Frizz Curl Serum. I usually use oil, but I am out, so that's one of the things I need to order. But you can use anything that's going to like break that crunch, because this does not look dry, does it? This looks wet and crunchy, but it is actually dry. That's the mousse. So they call it scrunching out the crunch. And this means that you don't get frizzy hair. It means that you have more defined waves. You can do this as well to smooth over. But you see how there's not like frizz, which is what we want, because my hair eventually will get frizzy. And then I go, once most of it's off my hands, I go to the roots and do this, which I think if you have curly hair probably wouldn't do. I don't know, that might make it frizzy, but my hair's not particularly curly at the roots. That gives it that zhuzh. Actually, it's a little bit wet still, but there you go. See if I can show you in better lighting, but can you see that? There you go, nice and wavy, got some definition. So this is success, because I was worried I'd do this video, do my routine, and then show it to you and it would look really bad and I'd have a bad hair day. Can you see it? Can you see it? I don't know that you can. It looks just like on the camera, it looks just all, maybe there you can see. Nice defined waves without it being crispy or wet looking or frizzy. We're on our way. Where's your jumper?
Still hot.
Have you got one with you?
Yeah.
I changed jumpers because Alex said you need to wear a Christmas jumper, so I switched. But we're on our way. We're going to drop Roxy at my parents' just in case we want to go for a walk or anything this afternoon. And I'm really looking forward to this.
She's so stubborn. She won't go on the nice comfy mat provided. She has to move across.
Yeah.
What's brown and sticky?
Poo?
Yes.
No, what's the actual joke? Go on.
What's claustrophobia?
What? Yes!
Darling red skull.
Good evening. It's now the evening and we're all out as a family to go to Angaric Lights, which I've shown you every year I think. They decorate the whole village in beautiful lights, and there's also Father Christmas. So if you live in Cornwall and you haven't been, definitely worth it. The lights are gorgeous. So we're going to have a little explore and my niece is going to see Father Christmas. Having fun?
Not really.
There are reindeer down here. Good evening everyone. I've got my retainer in, I forgot about that. It's 11 PM. I'm going to do that thing that all of you told me not to do, and I'm going to apologise for the fact that this video is ending and I don't know how much I vlogged today. I'm really worried that I didn't vlog much because I was with friends and family all day. It's kind of interesting because this is kind of, I suppose, the part of my life I don't vlog because I don't normally vlog at the weekends, and that's usually when I see my friends and family and I switch off. So it's kind of a challenge to vlog because I know there are other vloggers out there who vlog their families because their families, or maybe their friends, they have like their own YouTube channels or they're okay with them being on camera, and I guess it's not really something I've ever really asked my family much. Like I don't think any of them are that bothered. They wouldn't be like, no, don't get me on camera. Maybe my mum would be though, actually. My mum wouldn't want to be on camera. But you know, my dad and my sister definitely wouldn't care. I'm not going to be that person to get a camera out and start vlogging people. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. Ever since the start of my channel, I've been quite protective, I think, in that way, of my family and friends, because I'm signing up for this, not them. But yeah, they definitely don't mind. But it's just not something I like doing. So obviously at lunch today, I had such a nice time, but didn't want to be getting the camera out and vlogging everybody. And then this afternoon, I'll tell you what we did. So yeah, today we had the lovely lunch at the Gurnard's Head, which is gorgeous, and hopefully got to see the drive there. It's stunning. So if you ever do come to Cornwall and you're staying around St Ives or Penzance, definitely drive to the Gurnard's Head or Zena, because we went to the Tinner's Arms in another vlog you saw for my dad's 70th birthday. Both amazing. Gurnard's Head is bigger, I would say, so you can have a bigger meal. And this time of year, I think they do these sort of feasty events where you arrive at 1 and they serve everyone at the same time, which is really nice, and everyone was there for Christmas parties. And we do have like a friend Christmas party every year because it's a really nice way for us to finish the year off and all hang out together. So that was lovely, and I want to go back there because it was so good. The food was great, they catered for vegans, the staff were friendly, and it's decorated beautifully in there. And then we went home. We didn't actually come back, we just stayed at my parents' because we were going to go to look at the lights in Angaric, which are gorgeous. So we went and walked around the village and looked at all the lights, and then my niece saw Santa Claus. She was a bit afraid, she was a bit unsure because she's very young, so she was a bit like, who is this person? But she got a really cute gift from Father Christmas. It's so nice because the village organises it, and it's like a complete like just community volunteer kind of run thing. And it was so nice being in there. It was just so cute, like all the families and children were there, and they had like teas and coffees and just all the snacks out. And it just reminded me of my childhood, going to those kinds of things and growing up in a small village and those kind of community events. It was very, very cute. And then came home and I just had dinner and we've been watching Below Deck Mediterranean. Alex has a headache, so he's not joining this evening. He's just cleaning his teeth right now, but yeah, he's got quite a bad headache. He sometimes gets headaches like this from like days out. To be honest though, I think I have this. If I have a drink or two in the daytime, I get a headache. So obviously we're drinking at lunch. I'm going to answer a question though, on my own. Maybe Alex will pipe up when he comes in here for bed. But someone asked about whether I consider myself Cornish. They said, did you grow up in Cornwall and do you consider yourself Cornish? Asking as personally I'm a few years shy of Devon, born and bred, and have never been allowed to forget it. This is an interesting question. I'm not Cornish because I was born in Surrey, but I have lived in Cornwall since I was 3. My parents are Londoners and they moved here, I think, just for the change. They've always loved Cornwall. Interestingly though, my mum is obsessed with her family tree, and if she traces it back far enough, she has a lot of family who are from Cornwall and Devon, which she found very interesting. My dad doesn't, but she was the one who was drawn to Cornwall and wanted to come here, and she kind of has that spiritual feeling, I think, or at least that's how I interpreted it when she said it, that she felt like she was drawn here for a reason because her family, some of her family are from here. I think when I was younger, I definitely did not consider myself Cornish because I went to a Cornish school and then a Cornish high school, and yeah, like you say, I definitely was made to feel like I'm not Cornish, especially in primary school, because I went to primary school where there was only like 10 of us in the year and everyone was very Cornish, farmers, local people, and there was maybe 1 or 2 of us who weren't from Cornwall or weren't originally from Cornwall. And then in secondary school it was a mixture, lots of people who were from Cornwall, lots of people who weren't. Lots of my friends though I ended up being friends with, some of them weren't from Cornwall as well, like they're from like Worcester or Surrey or Gloucestershire or different places. I think when I was younger I definitely didn't think I was Cornish for that reason, but as I've got older, and I guess I don't have that noise in my head from like people in school being like, you're not Cornish because listen to you, because I get called posh. I now feel Cornish because I'm 32. I've lived here for like the vast majority of my life. I can't imagine living anywhere else. It feels like my home, and I feel like that I'm entitled to be a Cornish person now. We have family now through my sister marrying her husband Tom, who works with me. He manages all of my brand deals. He's very, very Cornish. He's as Cornish as it comes. He goes as far back Cornish as you can get, and they're our family now.
You wouldn't know it to hear him talk, though.
No, he sounds like me and Alex, but his granddad, if I was to record him, none of you would be able to understand because he's very, very Cornish, which is a true Cornish accent because it's very, very strong and it's almost indecipherable. Can you do a Cornish accent, Alex?
Get on.
It'd be like, get on. He'll be like, oh yeah, cow. I can't even do it.
Right me booties.
Right me booty, cows are feel.
You have to try and say something.
Well, that's what it sounds like sometimes. It's like if you ever, when we went to university in St Andrews, if I got the taxi with the Glaswegian taxi driver, they were always the friendliest people. But because if you're in the back of a taxi and there's a car running, if they had a stronger accent, I would struggle so much to understand what they were saying.
Try being a bartender.
Yeah, because I was like, I really, really want to hear you, because they were, honestly, I actually think that the taxi drivers when we were in St Andrews were the friendliest taxi drivers. They were so chatty all the time. Anyway, yeah, Cornish accents are very strong. I literally don't even think I can do it. I'm always going to have to edit it out. It'll be like...
Well, it's like the thing, you have to have the little phrases that you say way at the end, like going down...
Yeah, right down that way.
Going down Lanner way.
Going down Lanner way.
And you don't say okay or yes, you say ideal.
Ideal. And you don't say hello or how are you, you go, you're right.
What's on?
What's on? You're right. No, but it's very specifically just you're right.
Right.
But it's like that, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was up down Gwynear way. Is that good?
It sounded good.
If I commit myself to it, I have
so
to get
funny.
into the mindset.
Yeah.
Roxy's a cute booty, isn't she? She's a right She's a right booty.
Check out the booty on that.
She's a right booty, she is. It's not, the thing is, it does slip over into like a Bristol accent, but a Bristol accent's a bit more, it's like more expressive, I think.
Can't remember, I'd have to wear skins again.
Well, it's just a little bit more, like Cornish, I feel like sounds a bit more Celtic in a way. Bristol just sounds like proper like West Country.
Well, like the proper old farmer boys, they are hard to figure out.
Yeah.
And hard to know exactly why they're so difficult to figure out.
Because if you think where the Cornish accent will come from, because, sorry, we're really rambling now, Alex has joined, but like Welsh, Scottish, Irish, Cornish, they're all Celtic and they all have their own language. So Cornwall has its own language, whereas as you go further into the country, obviously that would have been English. So probably at some point historically, within language, the reason that the Cornish accent is quite hard to decipher is because there's leftovers from them just speaking Cornish. So back when these people who lived in Cornwall spoke Cornish, their accent is that way because they were using Cornish words. And so now when they're saying English words, it's slightly different. And maybe it's a slightly like crossover in a way. Because I guess it's only more in recent history. I don't know when the Cornish accent, the Cornish language like stopped really being spoken. But I imagine the accent has stuck around for a very, very long time.
For more information, watch Poldark.
Yeah. But like that's the thing with accents, they do stick around. Because if you listen to, I've listened to like videos where they recreate old accents and they just sound like a Scottish accent or like a Welsh accent. If you listen to like a really old English accent, they just sound really Celtic. So that's what I would imagine. And England is interesting in that way, and the UK is interesting in that way because we're all so close together, but there's all those different languages going on. So yeah, anyway, I feel Cornish now because I'm 32 and I've lived here since I was 3. So I think that I'm Cornish enough. Alex, do you feel Cornish?
No.
No. Alex is...
A little bit.
This is a fun fact for you. Alex and I are both from Surrey, and though we met in St Andrews in Scotland at university, we were born about 10 minutes from each other. No, you were born in Oxford. Yeah. But I was born about 10 minutes from where Alex lives and has lived most of his life.
Not 10 minutes.
You thought you said it was 10 minutes?
No, it's where your family used to live, near Dorking. That was 10 minutes.
Okay, but Red Hill.
Where you were born, Red Hill was like half an hour. Sorry.
Yeah, well, where we used to live, you were like, oh yeah, I'm from Surrey. And I was like, oh, where? And I was like, wait, that's like super close to where I was from.
I think I said Guildford because that was the only place people knew.
Yeah.
But that sounds even posher.
You could call it a small world, or you could call it just that people from Surrey end up at places like St Andrews.
Yeah.
Though I was from Cornwall.
Better breeding.
No, sir. No, it's because there's more money in London and Surrey. People can't stay. This is another reason I wanted to return to Cornwall, which is probably a silly reason. But Cornwall is, economically, it really is, it struggles. I think it's one of the poorest counties in Europe. And there's a big discrepancy between the wealth in Cornwall, because there's lots of people who are below the poverty line, and then there's obviously lots of wealth in the beautiful homes that people own, because it's a holiday destination.
And you wanted to take advantage of that? Is that what you're saying?
No, listen. So when I started thinking about where I wanted to live, I was like, well, I want to go back to Cornwall because I have a business, right? I run a business, I work online. I want to like live in Cornwall and show that you can do that, because lots of people have to move to cities, they have to move to Bristol, they have to move to London to pursue a specific career, because there aren't those career opportunities in Cornwall necessarily. There's loads of career opportunities in Cornwall, but maybe not for certain specific jobs. That makes me sad, because then places like Cornwall get left behind in the economy. But
they still charge London prices.
Yeah, because the main economy here will be holidaying, tourism.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a ramble again. Let's say goodnight.
Maybe we should ramble in the daytime next time.
Maybe. Say goodnight and give us a little beach emoji for Cornwall.
Is Roxy in the shop?
No, she's a little cuddle pup. Good night, everyone.